Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel and my name is Lerato. Today we are going to continue in reading the Bible. We are now on Exodus chapter 9. We have seen in Exodus chapter 8 how God, brought those plagues to the Egyptians. The plague of blood, the plague of frogs, and the plague of gnats, and the plague of flies. We have seen that, and yet Pharaoh's heart was hardened. He never allowed the Israelites to be left alone and go and worship the Lord. Now let us continue in reading Exodus chapter 9 from verse 1. The Bible says, "Then the Lord said to Moses, 'Go to Pharaoh and say to him, this is what the Lord, the God of Hebrews says. Let my people go, so that they may worship me. If you refuse to let them go and continue to hold them back, the hand of the Lord will bring a terrible plague on your livestock in the field, on your horses, on your donkeys and camels, and on your cattle, sheep and goats.'" Wow. Now he's talking about a terrible plague, not only affecting only him and his people, but also affecting the animals as well. "But the Lord will not make a distinction between the livestock of Israel and that of Egypt, so that no animal belonging to the Israelites will die." Now the Bible tells us that the Lord will definitely make a distinction between the animals of the Israelites and also the animals of the Egyptians. He will only bring the plagues to the animals of the Egyptians, not of the Israelites. The Lord set a time and said, "Tomorrow the Lord will do this in the land." And the next day the Lord did it. He said he will do it, and he did it. All the livestock of the Egyptians died, but not one animal belonging to the Israelites died. He did as he promised. Pharaoh investigated and found that not even one of the animals of the Israelites had died. Yet his heart was unyielding, and he would not let the people go. Imagine, what kind of a hardened heart was that one? Only God knows, and only God is involved. Then the Lord said to Moses and Aaron, "Take handfuls of soot from a furnace and let Moses toss it into the air in the presence of Pharaoh. It will become fine dust over the whole land of Egypt, and festering boils will break out on people and animals throughout the land." You know, this is so powerful. Only because of the king, only because of Pharaoh refusing to let the Israelites go, now everyone had to suffer for that, because he was the king. He was actually the decision maker of the land. That is why everyone had to suffer. So they took soot from the furnace and stood before Pharaoh. Moses tossed it into the air, and festering boils broke out on the people and animals. The magicians could not stand before Moses because of the boils that were on them and on all the Egyptians. They could not stand. You know, I like it, because even these magicians, they thought they were all that, but they were never able to stand before Moses. But the Lord hardened Pharaoh's heart, and he would not listen to Moses and Aaron, just as the Lord had said to Moses. Verse 13. Then the Lord said to Moses, "Get up early in the morning, confront Pharaoh and say to him, 'This is what the Lord, the God of the Hebrews, says. Let my people go, so that they may worship me. Or this time I will send the full force of my plagues against you and against your officials and your people, so you may know that there is no one like me in all the earth. For by now I could have stretched out my hand and struck you and your people with a plague that will have wiped you off the earth.'" You know, the Lord said, by now, if I had wanted, I would have stretched my hand to make sure that there is a plague that will wipe out all the Egyptians, in one go. because he is the Lord. But I have raised you up for this very purpose, that I might show you my power, and that my name might be proclaimed in all the earth. You still set yourself against my people, and will not let them go. Oh Pharaoh. You know, I wish he could have listened. But anyway, God made his heart to be hardened. Therefore, at this time tomorrow, I will send the worst hailstorm that has ever fallen on Egypt, from the day it was founded till now. He said he will send a hailstorm that Egypt has never seen. Ever since the hailstorm was founded, he will, send the big one now, this time. Give an order now to bring your livestock and everything you have in the field to a place of shelter, because the hail will fall on every person and animal that has not been brought in and is still out in the field, and they will die. Those officials of Pharaoh who feared the word of the Lord hurried to bring their slaves and their livestock inside. But those who ignored the word of the Lord left their slaves and livestock on the field. Even today, we still have people who don't want to hear the word of the Lord. You know, it is not a new thing. It happened also in the time of the Bible. Then the Lord said to Moses, stretch out your hand towards the sky, so that hail will fall all over Egypt, on people and animals, and on everything growing in the fields of Egypt. When Moses stretched out his staff towards the sky, the Lord sent thunder and hail, and lightning flashed down to the ground. So the Lord rained hail on the land of Egypt. Hail fell and lightning flashed back and forth. It was the worst storm in all the land of Egypt since it had become a nation. Because Pharaoh's heart was hardened. Now the Egyptians had to suffer also. All of them, they had to suffer. Throughout Egypt, hail struck everything in the fields, both people and animals. It beat down everything growing in the fields and stripped every tree. The only place it did not hail was the land of Goshen, where the Israelites were. The Israelites were placed in the land of safety, the land of Goshen. We remember that land is that land that Joseph took his father Jacob to when they all came to Egypt. When they started coming to Egypt, Jacob placed his father and his siblings in Goshen. So that land has been protected ever since. Even now we see that land being protected. Then Pharaoh summoned Moses and Aaron. This time I have sinned, he said to them. The Lord is in the right, and I and my people are in the wrong. Pray to the Lord, for we have had enough thunder and hail. I will let you go. You don't have to stay any longer. Moses replied, when I have gone out of the city, I will spread out my hands in prayer to the Lord. The thunder will stop and there will be no more hail. So you may know that the earth is the Lord's. But I know that you and your officials still do not fear the Lord. You know, Moses knew that even if I pray for the hail to stop, but Pharaoh is Pharaoh. He does not respect the Lord and he does not fear the Lord. The flax and barley were destroyed, since the barley was in the ear and the flax was in the bloom. The wheat and spelt, however, were not destroyed because they ripened later. Then Moses left Pharaoh and went out in the city. He spread out his hands towards the Lord. The thunder and hail stopped, and the rain no longer poured down on the land. Then Pharaoh saw that the rain and hail and thunder had stopped. He sinned again. Pharaoh, Pharaoh, He sinned again because he saw that the rain had stopped now, the hail has stopped. He sinned again. He and his officials hardened their hearts. Now it's no more him, it's everybody now. Also his officials had joined him. So Pharaoh's heart was hard, and he would not let the Israelites go, just as the Lord had said through Moses. This is the end of chapter 9. Don't forget to like, don't forget to share, and also subscribe. Click that notifications button so that you can get more updates and we read the Bible together. It is so powerful. See you when we read chapter 10. Shalom.